The Zippo Windproof lighter is more than a lighter. It's a genuine American icon. From the unmistakable click to the quality of material, you're sure to enjoy your Zippo lighter for many years to come. To get you started using your Windproof lighter and to make sure you're getting the best possible performance from it, we'll review everything from the contents of the package to important safety tips. Inside the package, either behind the lighter for clamshelled models or tucked inside the lid for gift box versions, you'll find an instruction manual. It's important to read it thoroughly before use. Your lighter is backed by the world-famous Zippo guarantee. It works or we fix it free. If you have any questions about the performance of your lighter or to obtain service, visit zippo.com/care or call Zippo Consumer Relations at 814-368-2700. The Zippo Windproof lighter is a convenient product when used properly. However, with all lighter products, certain safeguards must be observed. Warning: keep out of the reach of children. This lighter is not child-resistant. Ignite lighter away from face and clothing. All new Zippo Windproof lighters are empty and must be filled before use. When filled, it will contain flammable fluid. Never exposed to heat above 122 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 50 degrees Celsius, or to prolonged sunlight. Never puncture or put in fire. Be sure flame is out after use. The lighter does not self-extinguish. Close cover to put it out. Fuel is a skin irritant. Do not overfill. The lighter has two operating modes, closed and open. There are also two main components that make up the lighter. First, the case, which is made up of a lid and bottom joined by a hinge. Underneath the bottom case, you'll find the bottom stamp, an important quality control tool that identifies the lighter as a genuine Zippo Windproof lighter. Secondly, the inside unit, which includes the chimney featuring Zippo's famous 323-hole pattern, wick, Flint wheel, felt pad, fuel chamber containing the packing material, Flint spring and screw, and the Flint. Your Windproof lighter is engineered to work best with Zippo premium lighter fluids and Flints. As an alternative, if they cannot be found, Ronsonol lighter fluid and Ronson Flints are also compatible. Now, let's go over how to fill your lighter for the first time or refill it. Lighter fluid will evaporate even when the lighter is not used, so be sure to always keep the lid closed, and it's a good idea to refuel before each outing. Take caution to do the following away from any source of fire or flame. To fill your lighter, remove the inside unit from the case. Turn it over and lift the felt pad to reveal the packing material in the fuel chamber. Use an unfolded paperclip or similar tool if the pad is hard to lift. Slowly saturate the packing material with lighter fluid. Stop filling when the fluid reaches the top of the packing or begins to change color. Do not overfill. If overfilled, the lighter will leak fuel. Avoid getting the fluid on your skin as it is a skin irritant. If contact with skin does occur, wash the affected areas promptly with mild soap and water. Insert the inside unit back into the case, making sure to wipe any excess fluid from the lighter and your hands before igniting the lighter. If there is any fuel on the lighter, simply wipe it off or wait a short time for it to evaporate. Be sure the fuel can is closed and there is no spilled fuel in the vicinity before igniting. This is a flammable fluid. If you plan to keep the lighter in your pocket, we suggest placing it bottom down. Using your thumb, strike the Flint wheel in a downward motion to create a spark. If a flame does not appear, repeat. Once a flame has appeared and you're finished using it, close the lid to extinguish. This lighter does not self-extinguish, so you must close the lid. Depending on the duration of use, be careful, as the lighter may be hot to the touch. Flints are something that need to be replaced approximately every few weeks for an average user. To replace the Flint, we need to remove it from the Flint tube. First, remove the inside unit from the case. Turn it over and unscrew the Flint spring using a small screwdriver or a coin. Slowly remove the spring. The spring has tension, so be sure the spring doesn't fly away. Remove the remaining piece of Flint, if any, by gently tapping the inside unit on a hard surface. Remove any stubborn flint slivers or residue with an unfolded paper clip. Insert a new flint in the brass-colored flint tube. Be sure not to confuse the brass tip on the end of the flint spring. Even though it looks like a flint, it is not a flint. Replace the flint spring and turn clockwise until tight. Important tip: be sure the screw is tightened so the lid can fully close. A tight seal will help delay the lighter fluid's evaporation. Retighten if the lid does not close. If the flint wheel binds after a new flint is installed, turn the wheel backwards a few times. You can keep extra flints under the felt pad for future use. Initially, a new wick is white. Over time, the wick will turn black from carbon buildup, which will reduce performance. When this happens, we need to trim the wick. Using a pair of tweezers or needle nose pliers, gently pull it up until the clean wick appears. Grab the wick as far down as possible to avoid ripping the wick. Trim the end even with the top of the chimney using scissors or wire cutters. This should be performed once or twice a year. Each wick is almost 4 inches in length, so after 2 to 3 trimmings, you'll need to replace the wick. The wick should be changed if the lighter does not light properly, or if the ignition process has to be repeated multiple times. To install a new wick on a regular or slim lighter model, we need to remove all of the fuel chamber's components: the flint screw, felt pad, packing material, and the old wick. Insert a new wick either downward through the chimney or up through the bottom of the fuel chamber. And bend the top portion of the wick over the chimney to hold it in place during reassembly. To make reassembly quicker and easier, carefully reinstall the packing material in the same exact order as it was removed. The pieces will fit together better. Replace the packing material in small pieces, interweaving the wick between the padding in a serpentine or S pattern. The goal is to make sure the wick has as much contact with the packing material as possible. Reinstall the felt pad over the flint tube and secure it with the flint spring as previously mentioned. Be sure the flint didn't fall out during this process. Trim the wick even with the chimney height and reinstall the insert into the case. There are dozens of base model finishes offered, so be sure to visit zippo.com/care to review additional hints, tips, and cleaning instructions for your specific model. Often referred to as pocket art, there is almost no limit to the types of designs that can be found on a Zippo windproof lighter. If you have something special in mind, you can always create your own lighter by visiting the Customize It section at zippo.com to engrave a message, upload a photo, or create a design using our image library to make a truly one-of-a-kind product. As mentioned throughout this video, read the instruction manual before using your Zippo windproof lighter, or call Zippo Consumer Relations at 814-368-2700 if you have any questions. By following the instructions in this video and the instruction manual, you'll enjoy years of service from your Zippo windproof lighter.